Yeah, just gonna start on the rear suspension upgrade. I already got the tire off, and first thing I'm gonna replace is the lower trailing arms. They seem to be kind of the low-hanging fruit here. So this is the lower trailing arm here, and there's the replacement. The problem is there's looks like one bolt here holding the backside in. And then on the front side, there's a bolt that is buried back in there. I'm not sure if you can see it or not. It's kind of hard to see, but you just have this little opening to work through. So it's right back in there. You probably can't see it, but it's back in there. And I'm gonna try to get it out. It looks pretty grody, so hopefully it comes out. I'll let you watch. Alright, I think I got access to it. I had to use this long extension to get in there. Let's see if I can actually get it. Alright, I'm going to try this long screwdriver, flathead screwdriver here, to see if the bolt will come out through the hole. Of course the muffler's like right there, so let me try a smaller one, see if that helps. Wow, look at that. I actually got it. Surprised. It's actually not in that bad a shape for being 30 years old. Got it. Now it is hung up, it looks like, on the bottom part of the frame, so I'll probably have to take out the back. Out she comes. All right. She's out. That's one. And then, let's see. So I believe this is the replacement side. And you can see these holes here. These are for the sway bar. So, I guess this one had provisions for it. Maybe. I don't know. But I'm going to go ahead and put her back in. Alright, I'm going to have them loosely in, and then I'm going to do the front now. So just a note, I think you need to put the front side in before the back side. I tried putting in the back side, and then I wasn't able to get the front side in because the bottom of the frame right here blocks it from coming in. So I'm going to try the front side and see if that makes a difference. Alright, so I know it's impossible to see, but in this hole right here, I have the pass-through bolt hole lined up, so I'm going to go throw the bolt in there, and then I can play around with it as I need to. Alright, so just a quick note. The new bolts are 3/4, and the old bolts are 18 mils. So just note that when you're taking them off and putting them back on. Alright, so in general I wouldn't use an impact to tighten up a bolt, but in this case I'm going to, just because I need to get it on there, and I think I may have galled some of the threads just trying to get it through that hole. So let me give it a try and see what happens. Alright, here's the finished product. As with most suspension parts I've done so far, it does require some massaging to get it in there, but I would go with putting the front end in first and then buttoning it up on the back. But looks good. Now I just got to put the sway bar on the rear and the other side, and we should be good to go. Well, I got the other one out. Took a lot of work. The stupid bolt in the top part here didn't want to come out, so I had to do some finagling and bending and stuff, and I finally got it out. Took a while, but such is life, right? One always gives you a problem. So now I'm gonna put the other one in, and again, the nipples go down to the bottom, the grease fittings, I should say, and then the holes go towards the back for the sway bar. So it's gonna go in. Okay, folks, so lesson number one, you better make sure you jack up both sides of the car and take the tension off the rear axle tubes. Otherwise, the torsion, I guess, is gonna pull them one way or the other. So I was trying to be a hot shot and do it without blocking both sides or jacking both sides, and this guy started to swing towards the back, towards the rear, so I had to align it. Just a lesson learned. Alright, so for part two, now that I'm done with the trailing arm installation, I'm going to go ahead and install the rear sway bar. Now this car didn't come originally from the factory with the sway bar, so I'm going to put this one in that came with the kit, and it is supposed to mount into the trailing arms. So you can kind of see these blocks, looks like they attach to the holes or go through the holes in the trailing arms. So I loosely put the hardware on. Now I'm going to raise it up and kind of loosely put it up in there and see how it fits. Alright, so here it is loosely mounted. The hardware is 5/8. These are 5/8 bolts and nuts. I'm going to go ahead and snug it up and show you the finished product. Alright folks, so it's been a long day. I'm pretty exhausted. After all this is kind of the finished product. I got the lower trailing arms in, and the sway bar for the rear is loosely mounted in. I'm not going to tighten it up extremely because you're not supposed to pull it together on those brackets. So this is kind of what the finished product looks like. Next step, probably take it to the alignment shop and have them adjust it if needed. Alright, thanks for watching. Okay folks, so just a quick note on variable versus fixed rate springs. As you can see here, I have two different types. I have on the right the fixed rate spring, which is the stock spring for the car, and on the left I have the variable rate spring. And so this spring is supposed to be carrying heavier loads, because what happens is you can tell the bottom because it's got the smaller distance between the coils. So what happens is, if you think about it kind of logically, when you put a load in the back of the car, what's going to happen is this top part of the spring is going to compress down a lot sooner, or lower I guess, than the bottom part, which, since they're packed a lot tighter, they're under higher compression, and so that's what's going to cause the spring to not go as far down once it starts going down towards the bottom of it. So it'll help with carrying heavier loads, because once it gets down to the bottom, it's not going to want to compress anymore.